Well, here we are again. Today we are walking along Esplanaden, I would say, through the Hagastaden, which is one of Stockholm's newest neighborhoods. This area barely existed in its current form a couple of decades ago. What we're looking at is a huge experiment. What happens when you build an entire new piece of city in the middle of Stockholm? The question isn't whether these buildings are new. The question is whether they're actually good. By the end of the walk, let me know what you think. Is it beautiful? Is it ugly? Somewhere in between, maybe? One thing you notice immediately is the scale. This doesn't feel like classic Stockholm. It feels like denser, taller, more urban. Some people love that. I just think this makes the city feel less human. Personally, my first question is always, would I enjoy walking here every day? Modern architecture often gets accused of looking the same everywhere. Uh, you should show photos. Some of those buildings, people might guess Is it Stockholm, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Frankfurt? Challenge for architects today isn't building something modern. It's building something modern that still feels connected to the place where it stands. I have a completely unscientific way of judging apartment buildings. It's called the balcony test. Balconies look like places where real people might sit and have a coffee, have plants, and have a blanket. That's a good sign. If they look like emergency escape platforms attached to a spreadsheet, that's less encouraging. When people say building is beautiful, what do they actually mean? Do they mean decorative, original, comfortable, impressive? A lot of Stockholm's older buildings weren't always considered beautiful. Some were criticized when they were being built. Which makes me wonder, are we judging architecture or are we just judging familiarity? One advantage, the older neighborhoods have its time, 100 years of weather, trees, cafes, signs of everyday life can make almost any building look more interesting. New districts have to start from zero. They're trying to create character before they had a chance to develop any. Let's forget architecture for a moment. Imagine you're walking here home from work in November. It's dark, it's cold, you had a long day. Does this street feel welcoming? Urban designs isn't just about how buildings look, it's about how spaces feel. Like benches, trees. Are there any ground floor businesses? How about the sidewalks? I mean, looking at these apartments, I have a feeling the rent may not be competing directly with my budget. Let's just say these buildings appear to have competence in the local property market. One thing that may completely change with time are these trees. In 20 years, they're going to be huge. They take decades to learn their job. But eventually they will soften the edges, create more shade, make the streets feel more alive, I think. Question is, will people love these buildings in 20 years, in 50 years? Nobody knows. The funny thing about architecture is that history is often kinder than contemporary critics. As we walk today, I'm trying to identify a building I actually want to live in. Not necessarily the most expensive one, just the one that feels right. Which one would you? Did you see any today that stood out for you? Some viewers will see some beautiful architecture, some will see a collection of expensive glass boxes. Let me know what you think. So I think that wraps it up for today. And if you like this kind of video, give me a like and subscribe. Bye bye.